Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruise. It's me Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polygon, what Polygon is all about, previously known as MATIC. We're going to talk some chart analysis, potential price target, where it's heading in the immediate short term, when exactly the altcoin season, the true speculation of the altcoin season will happen. Of course, we're going to talk about Ethereum. We're going to talk some potential price target, and we're going to start today's show as we always do with the Bitcoin chart. So basically, we've been in a correction since from 14th of August, and we've been on a downtrend ever since. We formed this bearish channel pattern that we actually broke above on on the 1st of September, and from that moment on, now we are basically forming a bottom formation for continuation of the trend or the upside. Is the correction completely over? I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. Anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do the diligence and make your own research. But probably there's a huge possibility for us to go back and test these prices of around 108, 109,000. Potentially, we can even further drop to price of around 104,000, but the highly likely scenario is that the correction is over and we're going to have more continuation of the trend on the upside. And once we start hitting prices of above 125,000, I'm not going to be surprised at all if Bitcoin start hitting prices of above 150,000, because this is something in the charts. This is not just wishful thinking. As I've told you guys, we're definitely in a raging bull cycle when it comes to Bitcoin. The bottom of the bear market happened in November of 2022 at price of around 15,000. At the time of recording this video, one Bitcoin, one BTC is around 111,000. So we're definitely in a raging bull cycle when it comes to Bitcoin, but not only Bitcoin, for Ethereum chart as well. For Ethereum, I've been nothing but right. I've told you about this huge reverse head and shoulders. If you've been following my channel, you've been quite successful so far. Not only that, but on the weekly chart from 18th of March of 2024, we've been forming a huge ascending triangle pattern, as you can clearly see it. And basically this resistance line that we start forming it from November of 2021, almost 4 years ago, at its previous all-time high price of around 4,860. We tested it here in March of 2024. We tested it again in May of 2024. We tested it at the end of last year at price of above 4,000. And while everyone was thinking we're going to break above, we actually capitulated and Trump introduced the tariffs of V-shaped recovery, and we broke above this resistance line. We turned it into support for continuation of the trend on the upside, and that's what we have. And I've told you guys, if Ethereum start hitting price of above 4,300, then potentially we can potentially come back to this previous resistance line to price of around 4,000, 4,100, turn it into support for continuation of the trend to the upside. We hit all-time high for Ethereum of price of around 5,000, and now we're experiencing a little bit of a correction. And this huge ascending triangle pattern, as you can clearly see, if we measure it from the bottom to the top, the price target should be above 6,600, and this is something in the charts, and this is something that I'm anticipating for Ethereum to do in the next coming months. I'm not going to be surprised if Ethereum end up above 6,000, 6,600 to be exact, by the end of October, early November. Potentially one final shake off and continuation of the trend, a blow off top, and Ethereum potentially go and test price of above 5 digits or above 10,000 by early next year, February, March of next year. This is something in the chart, as I've said. And let's just talk about MATIC Polygon. I mean, there's a lot of bearish momentum right now. Everyone is absolute non-believer when it comes to Polygon, or previously known as MATIC. But I mean, of course, as I've said before, we're in a definite bull cycle when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum and some traditional markets such as S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial, and Nasdaq as well. But the true speculation of the altcoin season hasn't happened yet. It will happen in the immediate short term. Of course, this is my personal opinion. This is not a financial advice. It can potentially happen in the next coming months, and most probably the layer ones, such as Polygon, such as Cardano, ADA, BNB, Solana, to name a few, usually they tend to outperform Ethereum and the Bitcoin chart. Why? Well, because they have a smaller market cap, and this is something natural once so much money start pouring in some of these crypto projects. Since their market cap is lower, the highly likelihood is for them to grow faster. Now, what I'd like to see for Polygon to recover some bullish momentum is to actually go and test this resistance line that we've tested multiple times in the past in February of 2023, and we tested it here again in March of 2024. So potentially, if Polygon start recovering and by October, November of this year start testing price of above 85 to 90 cents, potentially break above it, come back, retest this previous resistance line, turn it into support for continuation of the trend on the upside, I'm not going to be surprised if we go and start testing all-time high prices for Polygon. At the time of recording this video, one Polygon is around 27 cents. So right now a lot of people are extremely bearish, but this is the moment where pretty much you can take most advantage, because when everyone turns bullish, you're not gonna take, you won't be able to take any advantage of the markets. So yeah, potentially if we break above this resistance line, the next in line is this all-time high price of around 290, so around 10x from here. And from here, if we have a full price discovery and break its all-time high that we formed in December of 2021, almost 4 years ago, I'm not going to be surprised if actually Polygon catapult to prices of double digit, above $10. This is something the charts, guys, that happened before. I mean, if we look at it, the previous bull cycle in 2020, 2021, if you concentrate on the database, from price of around, so basically in January, the price of one Polygon of 2021 was around 1 cent. We went all the way to almost $3 in a matter of few months, basically 4.5 months. We went almost 300x, which is absolutely unbelievable. I'm not telling you that Polygon can do 300x, but from here around 27-30 cents, is it possible to go 30x? Potentially this can happen, and Polygon go to $10. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. This is something in the charts. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon and basically support my work, and I'll help you to navigate through one-on-one consultations, how to navigate through that difficult bull cycle. Not only that, but exclusive content with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Some of the 50, 100x potential, and of course my 2 books of how to become a sophisticated trader. That'll be absolutely amazing. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Goodbye.